Hi, Jackson. So we're both trying this YouTube thing, and by trying this YouTube things, it means we're trying to publish content outside of this podcast on YouTube to try to,
Mhm.
at least my motivation is I'm trying to understand how YouTube works. I'm learning it works all like SEO does, but I'm trying to figure out how attention works and honestly kind of guess, not journal. What's the word I'm looking for?
Document.
I'm trying to document like what's going on. And I think that's like an easy way to two birds, one stone. So I'm trying YouTube from like a marketing, content creation, brand experiment and
Mhm.
research. But I'm also like, it's also like the things I learn, I write them down a lot, but I think it's also very valuable to have it in video. So I'm trying it. And then your YouTube thing, I'll let you kind of talk about that. I'll go into the details in a minute on what I'm doing. My two channels, because when I do something, I go from 0 to 1,000 very quick.
Yeah, 2 so far. I mean, there's room to grow. We
Well,
also
there's
have you
actually
back number, so
3.
you have 3.
Yeah, there's actually 3 channels plus this one. But anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll go into the details of what I'm doing, but I'll let you share maybe your reasoning behind wanting to do YouTube, and then yeah, what you're doing.
Yeah, for sure. So I started Cashew Sono, and it's a so I guess to preface a little bit, I'm very interested in like stocks, financial markets, stuff like that. So I started a channel that basically, so far, the idea is just to break down companies rather than looking at it from a stock perspective, just actually looking at the business itself and what they actually do. I feel like in retail investing, a lot of people get very hyped on a specific stock, and then you go ask them what the company actually does. And they're like, I don't know. So kind of trying to add some value there. And also just as a way for myself to dive into these companies and do the research on them and then just kind of record the output of that. I think my goal would be like years from now to have a kind of community to talk about stocks and business with. Yeah, I'm not trying to make this channel go like viral necessarily, anything like that, but targeting, a few, I think in the like 5 digits number of views, like 10K to 99K. That would be like my ideal views per video.
Yeah. I think it's interesting about YouTube from my research is a lot of these channels that are doing 2 to 10,000 views per video are actually, you may not be monetized on YouTube, but they're starting communities and they have profitable businesses behind them.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
we're in a weird stage where I guess not weird, but it's like we're evolving to where there's so many ways to do things that everyone wants to find the person that they identify with to walk them through how to do it or that they want to learn from. And there's so many options out there that like a channel can afford to have 2,000 views and they have their sliver of people who are into it.
Right.
And that's
Yeah, and
enough.
if you treat, I'll call it your audience, if you treat your audience good or well, you're not trying to just make a quick buck off them, they will, stick around for a long time, and you can sell valuable stuff to them and they'd be wanting to buy it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So that's what you're doing. And we have access to each other's channels. So we're looking at each other's data and kind
And
of
that's for
seeing what
security.
happened.
If Dylan ever crosses me, I'm gonna nuke his channel.
Yeah, that's to keep ourselves honest. So what I'm doing, I have 2 channels. One is less serious than the other. I'm going to turn off
What is the
notifications.
dinging?
Do not disturb. So the first channel is a little fun. It's not so much like business or technology related. It's literally YouTube Shorts only. And I could do TikToks, could get on Instagram and all that. But me and Jackson, we were actually just texting before this, like, dude, should we start blogging this? Should we start doing Twitter threads? And we're like, we should just zero in on one thing, get good at one thing at a time, understand that. And then when we understand that, then consider, spreading our wings and flying.
Yeah.
But it's not like we want to dominate YouTube, but we want to figure out how it works. We want to understand how to make things work on YouTube. So I'm doing a videos with my dog where I video my dog with 2 sheets of paper, one that says yes, one that says no, and each of them has a treat on it. And I ask her a question and she says yes or no. And that's the whole video. And I'm trying to get people to comment and ask the questions. And that has been very successful. Every video gets questions. People want to ask my dog. And that's probably the most surprising thing is the engagement I get and a bunch of likes, followers. They're like 10 to 12 seconds
Yeah.
long. And
Yeah,
like
because you're only doing shorts right now on
they're
this
only
channel.
shorts and they're very, very, very short. And so what I've learned from that is there's 2 stats that I'm following right now. It's called retention rate and then swipe away rate. You want to get swipe away rate down So people are staying on it, and then you want to get retention up as high as possible. And so I'm experimenting with the different formats of the videos. And this is shorts. This is completely different than long form, which we will get to in a minute. But I'm using that data to inform my decisions on the other channel. And we're using Jackson's got more long form content now with his investments or business breakdown videos, and I think we've gotten pretty good data from them. Should we mention the source of a lot of data that we have?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my wife, Madeline, does a YouTube channel. It's kind of changed over the years, but she used to work in like software QA and did a lot of videos just talking about her work. It wasn't super like technical how to QA, just more like lifestyle, day in the life vlogs. And I mean, it's changed a few times to follow her fitness journey, and now it's more like stay at home mom vlogs. But yeah, her channel has about like 14,000 subscribers currently. Every video gets consistent views.
Yeah.
So we're both managers on that account too. How are you still getting dings, bro?
I know, dude. Because the people that it was my dad texted me, thanks for the the gift I got him for Father's Day. And he's on my list of people that can get through the notification blocker. So sorry for the dings. I'm sure maybe Riverside won't pick those up. But I was super excited for Madeline to give me access to that, because I have been going through her most popular videos and looking at the retention graph, and the retention graph gets little like bumps up. And that's either parts that people skipped to or rewatched. And so those are like the valuable pieces of content. And so what I did on like 4 videos, her top videos were on QA, which is important to my niche that I'm going to get to in a second. And so I would go through those videos. Every jump up, I would take a note on what she was talking about. And it was like 5 things. So I'm like, okay, so I should try to hit on these things. And I also learned from her channel and also with my dog's channel, kind of like goals on where to go. So like a click-through rate on a long form video, you want to shoot for 5%. I'm learning that the more impressions you get, the better. Really, impression rate, I haven't heard this from anybody, but impression rate doesn't mean a lot until you have like 100 impressions at least. Like when you have 10 impressions, your click-through rate will be like 30% or 50%. That really doesn't mean anything. I'm finding
And I
about
feel like that'll
100.
usually be higher because usually it's going to be people that like your friends or family that know you posted, and they'll go click it, which kind of boosts it in those early first few hours.
Right. Yeah. And so, yeah, that click-through rate, 5% is kind of the KPI, the performance indicator there. And then retention rate, you want to be at about 30% at least by the end of the video. So it's going to slowly go down through the video. The less steep that grade when it goes down, the better. And so I'm learning from her best videos, they end up with like a 30% retention rate. The best shorts, my dog's best shorts have like a +100 retention rate, but they're super short. And so that means like when people do watch it, they watch it multiple times. So they're like 10 seconds. And I'm also learning on the other channel, which I'll get to now. It's called Developer Dylan, where I just talk about my career in technology. I share career advice. And then I just published my first day in the life video inspired by Madeline's stuff and encouraged by both of you to do it. I think it went well. I think it has like 20 something views, but I published like 4 or 5 shorts, and then I published the long, and then I created a short out of that long day in the life.
Yeah, and the short's doing really well. Like for a new channel like this, I mean, it's it's at like 800 views.
Yeah, and I think it'll keep growing. So something else I've learned is, but the difference in shorts and long form is shorts are like thrown into the algorithm, and then there's pushes that happen periodically. And so your first hour or 2, you'll get a push, and YouTube is testing your content, and then you have to earn the second push. So what they're looking at is how many people swiped away versus watched. And you want to get definitely above 50%. The goal, from what I'm reading, I haven't hit this yet, but the goal is to get 70% of people stayed versus swiped away. And so I think what YouTube's doing is in that first push, they're testing it to see it's even probably in the first like couple minutes, because I've had shorts just bomb and get like 30 views and do horrible. But then other ones, typically if it's a run of the mill on par short, it gets 1,000 views on the first push. And then the second push, anywhere from 500 to another 1,000. And then there's a third push where it can get up. I've had one video get 6,000 views. And so that got that third push, and then it just stalls out and it stays there. With longer form, with all of the videos I have access to, there's one Madeline had that was like 300,000 views. And that didn't happen in a month. Like that happened over like a year. And so that's very similar to my SEO experience where you'll publish a blog post. It doesn't just blow up. YouTube tests, or not YouTube, Google will test it, put it in front of people searching for your thing. And then the better click-through rate, the more people that click it when they see it, the more the platform will push it to more people when they search for that thing. And so most of her views are also from search, not from being put into people's feeds. I think her
Yeah.
videos, they get the consistent, when she was publishing consistently, 1,000 to 2,000 views. I think that's, I can't remember the middle ground, but that was probably like people that were just, she was in their algorithm. They log into YouTube, they see her video. It's like, oh, she posted, let's watch. So
Yeah, subscribers and
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, she was very big on like, she's not going to do any type of like clickbaity stuff
Yeah.
by any means. So she's trying to get a very authentic audience, which is kind of why I think it scales over time rather than spiking early,
Yeah.
is because it's just people looking for that content, then they find it and then they enjoy it at that point, which is kind of like, I think, my approach to Kashi Sono is I'm just trying to be authentic, read the data about the businesses. I'm not trying to hype up stocks for like the current week or anything, to hopefully get that same kind of like people coming back even years from now to find these companies and watch the
Yeah.
videos.
Yeah. And so it's
Which
hard because then you have to wait.
yeah, which is I've been, right before we hit record, I was kind of pushing you to do more kind of vlog style videos
Yeah.
because, I think you have a pretty interesting life. You're always doing a lot of different things that people wish they were doing. So if you just kind of document that and talk through, what you're doing, why you're doing it, and, just kind of explain that, I think that could be a pretty cool channel.
Yeah. So I had some notes here. I wanted to make sure we went over what we were doing, why we're doing it, what we've learned so far. I've shared a lot about what I've learned. Jackson, what have you learned?
I am not as much into the analytics as you are.
Yeah.
So since I feel like I've been posting a video and then you'll text me the next day and be like, we should tweak this, change the thumbnail.
Yeah.
So I'll do it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, for my specific content, I feel like since it's stock based, I've found usually people that watch the videos or at least comment on the videos are people that already own the stocks and are just looking for that kind of reassurance.
Affirmation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
affirmation, or yeah, 'cause they're asking like,
Affirmation
should
on
I
if they should
sell?
keep it or if they should dump it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is like makes
And that'll
sense if you
happen
don't
for
know.
years.
Yeah, and if you don't know what you're holding, you're gonna get nervous and then look for people that do know what you're holding.
Yeah.
Um,
Because investing is like, if you're going to hold a company for 10 years, you want to know what they do and understand. Like the only way, I mean, there's the short-term game of like, I don't care what they do. There's a thing where like, oh, they're down $70 today. Let's buy them. And then there's also like the 10-year, 20-year horizon where, what does this company do? Do I believe that this is going to be profitable? And do I, believe that this is people who will triple my money,
yeah,
quadruple my
exactly.
money? And so, yeah, I think it's a great format for that. And it's definitely going to be a long run. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
think
talking, yeah, go ahead.
I'll add real quick something else I'm learning is the AI generated thumbnails. I think people don't love those.
Mm.
So I'm going to this next week experiment with very simplistic thumbnails that are, like obviously not AI and see if that makes a
Yeah.
difference or not.
Yeah. I think the niche is going to matter. So you guys told me when I was creating the thumbnails for my day in the life video, I went very, very much like popular YouTuber, like AI-ish. And then I went more authentic. It's literally just me with a backpack and then an arrow pointing at me saying college dropout.
Yeah.
Which I think invokes some curiosity. That's the whole goal with the thumbnail is it's like day in the life of a software engineer and then point at me saying college dropout. It's like,
Yeah.
how did he go from college dropout to a software engineer? Which I think is a good point with like headlines and marketing in general. It's like before you create it, and I've heard a lot of YouTubers say this, it's like before you even create the video, before you write your thoughts down and create the post, whatever it is, whatever medium, like you want to think of the packaging, which is why are people going to care and look at this?
Yeah.
And so it's like you think about writing the headline first or writing the hook first. When you're doing a YouTube video, think of the hook, the first 5 seconds first. Think of the thumbnail and what do you want them to be thinking or why should they care to click on this? And where I landed was, this is a software engineer who's also a college dropout. It's like build a gap that they want to fill in the middle.
Right.
And so, that gap should be created by the title and the thumbnail. Or if you're on LinkedIn, which I've done, I've had some success with LinkedIn as well. One post, 56,000 views, and I consistently get multiple thousands of views, because I kind of have figured it out. It's where, okay, the first line of your post versus, the featured image, or even the second line. I guess I can put it this way. The first line of the post, the second line of the post, and the image should create a gap, a question, which an example of that is, this is a software engineer who's also a college dropout. Where's the gap? And so that's what I'm trying to do. And I'm trying to take that mindset also to, Jackson, your thumbnails as well, when I think of and make suggestions on things. It's like,
Yeah.
strawberries in space. And then like, how do you like, well, first off, strawberries in space is already a gap,
Yeah.
which is great. But I'm wondering, at least on that thumbnail, we'll talk about live, like right now, like I think there's something else with the title there that we could do. Like, how do you build a gap there between strawberries in space and then something else absurd that's true? Because I have heard a quote from Mr. Beast talking about thumbnails and titles. Like, someone was like, I don't want to be too clickbaity. And he says, you should absolutely be clickbaity. The difference between a good post and a bad post is the clickbait is correct or is truthful. So you want to bait the click, but you have to address the reason they clicked in the first 5 seconds. Otherwise they won't trust you. And so like in my video, not that it's like working, but what I'm trying is, college dropout, software engineer. And then the first lines I say is like, this is a day in my life as a software engineer. And then I go into that. So
Yeah.
there's probably improvements I can make. Hello, phone.
Yeah. No, I mean, that all makes sense, because you have to create the intrigue to get people to click it in the first place. So then it's on you to follow up once they're watching it, I guess.
Yeah. I'm finding, I think we're both finding, we talk about AI on this show a lot. That's actually all we talk about, really. I'm finding that I am using AI less. So I'll use AI to brainstorm ideas, but because I'm talking and doing things that are very much like native to me, and so are you, like this is something you would be doing in your spare time anyways. You're just deciding to log it. Like you're deciding to publish what you would be doing already. I'm only using AI to like fine tune it, I guess. Like I use AI, like I don't want to edit the image. I'm lazy and I don't want to drag words over an image. So I literally just drop the image into ChatGPT and say, put this caption on here. And like, it's my editor. It's my image editor.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful use case. But like headlines and trying to build that gap, I have found I can brainstorm with AI, but there's also times where I don't want any input from an outside source. I need to have like I have an idea and I have to work that out in my mind. And it's not something that actually takes more time. It's just like, okay, how do I build this gap? And if I'm completely stuck, I'll go to AI. But trying to build that gap, that curiosity gap myself.
Yeah, I feel like you're trying to make it
native to
more,
me.
more
The
authentic.
people. Yeah. Yeah. I think if you understand who you're talking to, for instance, I talk to essentially my ideal viewer every day. And I've mentored them. I have had meetings. I've interviewed them. So I'm literally talking in my videos to the person that it's like, this is why you can't get a promotion. Like I act like I'm just talking to that person, and it's a lot easier. It's so easy, which is the motivation for doing the Developer Dylan channel, which is like, it's something that's not as quite as monetizable from like a business perspective, maybe like a business coaching.
Yeah.
But my business brain, I have to just turn it off sometimes and just do it and let whatever comes out of it happen and just trust the process.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Madeline never went into it trying to do more than vlog what she wanted to vlog.
Yeah.
And she got to a point where, she was bringing in enough money every month to cover a few of our bills, like not life-changing money or anything, but it was a very nice stream of income just from ads on YouTube.
So she got AdSense money.
Yeah. And I guess I'm just saying, like, that's just doing something she enjoyed doing. So it's not trying to be anything more than
who you are. Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And just talking about what you want to talk about rather than trying to kind of talk about what's popular or trending. And yeah.
Yeah. And it's a long play. Like we're going to be doing this for a year at least. And so.
Yeah, I think there's like 6,000 publicly traded stocks on the US market. So I have 6,000.
Yeah, 6,000 videos to make. Yeah. And it's really just like, well, you're shooting for a couple a week and they're not hard to edit. They're super easy to edit. Only thing, like only editing I did a couple videos where I like hard cut. I made it super clean. I was pretty aggressive on the edit, but your best videos are very raw. Don't have those cleanups. Like you have some phrases you say that are like, but it's not like it's your like, it's like, what do you say? I don't know what it is, but I say so a lot, and then I say like.
Oh, what do I say?
You have one for sure. I don't remember what it is though, that I had to cut a lot out of.
Maybe it's like
But
so and so forth.
it was something. I can't remember. It's like a multi-word phrase. It's like a a 4-word phrase that you say repeatedly, which I would cut those out, but your best videos have all those and they're pretty
Yeah. That's
chill.
what
So
people come to see.
yeah,
Me stuttering.
yeah. It's not a stutter. It's just like one of those things that you use to transition and buffer your brain. Well, I think that's about as much value out of our YouTube journey so far. We're going to keep talking about this every week. Where this is going
Yeah.
to be something, again, this is part of us just trying to use the content we publish as, for me personally, as like a selfish, like, what was I doing? Like in 20 years, I want to look back and like, oh, what was I doing? I feel like podcasts are great for that.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I'm doing that, and then also to share what I learn in the process. So hopefully we have some new learnings next week. If you have any crazy questions that you need a chance to answer, yes or no questions, go to Nancy Decides and then
Yeah.
ask my dog a question and Nancy
Yeah, if
will
you have any
answer.
big life-changing questions,
Yeah,
go ask
that's what
Nancy.
people do.
Yeah, I was looking at one.
There was one like something about God. Did you
Yeah,
see
that's
that
the
one?
one I was gonna read. I have to switch back to it.
Yeah, let's read it. Did God create human because loneliness is the only thing omnipotent being couldn't solve? I almost
Dang.
commented like he solved it by creating humanity.
Yeah.
If that's the case, I do reply back as Nancy on
Yeah.
a lot of
It's a
them.
fun channel. I like this channel.
Yeah. Would I be rich in the future? Will I be forgotten? There's some pretty sad ones.
Yeah.
I try to keep it as authentic as possible though. If Nancy says something completely off the rails, I just well,
Just
that's another question. That's a no to something else. Will I get a girlfriend? A lot of people are romantic. Will I get a girlfriend? Should I call my crush? Does my crush like me? It's like what's the magic 8 ball? It's like Nancy's the magic 8 ball.
yeah, literally. Yeah. No, it's good stuff. It's cool to see this channel grow. Because it's just such a like straightforward concept.
Yeah,
It's just
it's very
yes or no
straightforward.
questions from the viewers.
But it's also a pain in the butt because people don't care. I'll show a picture of a dog and then a yes and a no. I feel like it's very clear what's about to happen. And then people just swipe past it still. Like my
I mean,
best swipe
some
away.
people will.
Some people, most people do. Most people swipe away.
Yeah, but also if you think about it, 1,200 people sat and watched your dog pick yes or no. Like
1,200? More than that.
well, I'm just looking at this latest video.
Yeah, and one video.
1.2K.
And
But yeah,
more,
total views is 45,000, bro. 45,000 people watch this.
So what I'm learning though is this is easily monetizable from like a brand perspective. If I have a kibble brand, if I had a dog treat brand, it's super easy to throw in an ad in the middle of these and get 47,000 impressions for no money. And it takes 5 minutes a day.
Yeah.
So it's like, what can you do in a straightforward, what can you do in 10 seconds that gets people's attention, grow that organically? And then how do you inject your brand into it? I'm starting to think of like, this is making me think of like distribution first. Like, how do you just come up with an idea that people would be interested in and then like gauge people's interest and then experiment with the products inside of it? Like solve a problem that audience has. And so, I mean, I don't have nearly enough to really monetize it, but I mean, 47,000 impressions. If I had an existing brand that I wanted to come up with some kind of silly YouTube thing on, like, this is the perfect type of example. Like if you sell coffee, this could work. It's like,
we should look at this more next episode and like actually figure out, maybe this week we could figure out a way to potentially monetize this channel here in the nearish future.
Yeah, it'd be fun to experiment with throwing ads in the middle of it because I have experiments where people will watch, even if there's something in the middle. So typically it takes 10 seconds to introduce Nancy, the question, and then resolve it with the answer. That takes about 10 seconds. I can add another 10 seconds in the middle of that and people will stay. And I don't know if it has to be super relevant because I have one where I go into backstory behind the question. Somebody asked like an internet meme question, essentially, like a question relevant to like internet lore, as I would call it. And then I went into what that means and people watched through it, which is super surprising. That one had super high retention rate. And so people will watch a 30-second one as long as there's like a gap. Like I said, like we've been saying, like a question that's asked and then a promise of an answer in a second after you listen to this thing in the middle. It would be interesting to throw a shout out in the middle and then like track web page views, like send them to a landing page and then see how many page views we can get from that.
Yeah. We should try it.
Yeah. I'm trying to I feel like the format isn't nailed down though. The hook isn't good enough. Like people watch it and they'll watch it but most people swipe away. Like there's
Yeah.
still potential. Like it has so many views now, considering it's just like nothing.
You started a month ago.
Yeah, but it's also like it's not good. That's the cool part about it is the swipe away rate is bad.
Yeah.
Like most videos on average, only 30% of people stay and watch it, and I need it to be 70,
Yeah.
at least 50, and that's just really hard to get. And I have like published the same exact format, like same opening screen as the one that got 6,000 views and had a more than 50% of people stayed. I published the same exact format and it doesn't work. So I'm trying to figure something out to get a reliable swipe away rate or stayed to watch rate.
Yeah. I wonder if you experiment with changing the setting up and see if that helps,
Yeah,
because they're all kind of the same setting currently. I wonder, maybe
that's
just the
true.
setting is kind of hard coded to these numbers you're getting now. Or if you
Yeah,
go to,
like a
you
hard
said you
floor.
can't hardwood or something, or you said you can't go outside because she would be too distracted.
Yeah, I could
Something
try outside.
maybe like a dog park if no one else is there or something.
Yeah, Nancy doesn't do dog parks. The other problem is my dog. Like she does good. She is trained to not eat a treat unless I tell her okay.
Yeah,
And so like that's it. But like outside all rules are off.
yeah,
Like she has good, she'll come back if I like yell at her,
yeah,
but that's probably most of the time. There's times where there's a groundhog or something and she's got to chase it.
yeah. That's
But yeah,
understandable.
but yeah, that's another thing. Like if you're doing content, buddy up. Me and Jackson are like sharing ideas. It's good to have a fresh perspective.
Yeah,
I'm excited for Krista to be back because she's like excited about it. And I feel like if I could get her brain, she's a smart cookie. So if I
yeah,
get her brain, like, okay, Krista, over the next 6 months, you have to make Nancy go viral. She'll figure it out.
yeah. True, because you get to offload some of that work too, so you can focus on developer Dylan while she's running Nancy
Yeah.
decides.
And she's been wanting to learn video editing because of the stuff she does. She is kind of doing, I haven't told you this. She has a huge email newsletter. So
Yeah,
backstory, my wife does like mission work, like humanitarian type of work in East Africa, teaching and mission work and type of stuff. So she has a huge email list of all the people interested in what she does. And she started doing monthly video that she sends to an editor. And I'm going to start editing those for her just because I'm like nerding out on this stuff right now. And it'll save us money so she's not paying somebody to edit it. But so she's wanting to learn how to video edit and get into all this stuff as well. So if I could get another video editor, if we could have like, if we could all four, like just
if
be
we can
like
take over YouTube.
co-conspiring, like figuring it out and sharing all the data. Cause that data to me is like the biggest thing. It's like, I wish I saw the numbers behind a channel that got 500,000 views. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
I have that now. It's crazy. And millions of impressions. I'm sorry. I could geek out on how much data we have from Madeline's channel. It's great. And what's
and
great
the
is she's so,
multi-year,
do what?
and like having the multi-year data.
Yeah.
It's not all this last
Yeah.
month.
Yeah. Something I learned from Madeline's is like, you have to be in it, not for the numbers. Like my problem is I'm in it for the numbers, like not in it for the numbers, but I like the numbers too much.
Yeah,
And so it's like, okay, we have to get this number bigger. Otherwise this isn't a success. She did it from like and Chris is going to be doing it too from a more authentic, I'm just doing this to share this information with these specific people,
yeah,
which is like, my brain does not work that way. It's like psychology. My work in e-commerce is very much like, okay, test this thing. Do more people buy when this thing's out there? No? Okay, let's switch it. And like, which thing works best?
right.
Which is
Which
a
you guys,
good thing to be
yeah,
paired with the authentic side of it. So
right, yeah. You can have that strategy over authentic content and it still be a really good thing.
yeah. Yeah. The algorithm doesn't hate you. You just suck and you aren't putting out good content. That's also true. Like the algorithm is dumb. There's been a couple of videos where I'm like, okay, the algorithm definitely shadow banned me on this. Like definitely push this video down for some reason.
Yeah,
It's very apparent. But ultimately, like all in all, what I'm learning is like, it's psychology. It's not the algorithm. The algorithm is like built to serve the people that watch. So you have to just build something that those people would actually be interested in.
you're right. Yeah, for sure.
I yapped a lot. I'm sorry, Jackson.
Hey, this is a podcast. This is
Yeah.
Yap Central.
Yaps, troll baby.
But yeah, we should wrap this one up and we'll bring more insights from the next week to next week's episode.
Yep. All right, cool. Well, thank you so much for listening. This has been another episode of Infacto Daily. If you're a small business owner, you're interested in having someone come in and help you figure out where AI fits into your business, or you want somebody to come in that's just curious about things to figure things out with you, go to infactodigital.com. We have We're blogging all of these episodes, everything we're learning, we're throwing on our blog for you guys to learn from. You can search on the blog whatever you want. If you want these episodes sent to your inbox almost every day at 9 a.m. Eastern, you can sign up for our email newsletter. There's links in the description. Go check that out. We'd love to share what we're learning, and we'd love to hear what you're learning.
Yes. And if you want to support us directly, this channel, the best way to do that right now is to share this episode with 2 people that you think would find this interesting.
And that's not your mom and your dad.
Yeah.
Unless your mom and your dad are like rich business owners.
True. Or
Yeah.
starting YouTube channels.
Or starting YouTube channels. Yeah. All right. Thank you for listening. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye. Bye.